Anyways, this is just a little update video on the progress, however small, on the F22 all-motor 300-wheel horsepower Civic that was so prominently featured in one of Robert Hush Performance's early videos. It's the one at the very beginning of this playlist. If you want to go back and watch all those, start from the beginning, get caught up, and come back to this point right here. So when you see me do this, come on back. Anyway, guys, the bottom end, for all intents and purposes, is done. Took me a little while to get past the mental roadblocks of trying to figure out the rod bolt stretch issues. I was doing it all wrong the first time. Probably led to the snap on that bolt, and kind of the big weight on my shoulders and getting down on myself about trying to figure that out. So, after some deep thought and conversations with a few people, I kind of just figured out, I was looking at it all wrong. Put two and two together, figured it out. Everything went together real smooth. There's no footage of it because, I felt like a dummy, and once I figured it out, just kind of zipped right through it and got it done. So, video before this is me putting the mains on, getting that all torqued to spec and all that. There is no video of the last steps. Basically, I just took all the ancillary parts, all the bolt-on stuff that wasn't part of the reciprocating assembly, oil pan, girdle, or not girdle, but the windage tray, pickup, outer pumps, cover plates, stuff like that. Just took them to our Audi dealership. Here's got a pretty nice hot tank that we can use at the dealership I work for. So I got that all jet washed, pressure, heat treated, stuff like that. Got it all nice and clean. Took the rocker shafts, rocker arms, water pipe, all that other stuff too. So that'll be part of another video coming up. So we got the windage tray, oil pump, pickup, oil pump, water pump, the K's and speed balance shaft elimination kit pressed back in, bolted up, everything nice Honda Bond torque to spec. Got the rear plate on. Still have to swap out the rear main, but that'll probably happen when it comes off the stand. Because when we do that, we've got a new flywheel to put on. I know I said it in a couple videos, but prior, the aluminum flywheel probably has been in service since about 2004 is my guess. It was one of the original OG Gangsta spec aluminum flywheels that we ran pretty much exclusively at Collective through most of the early 2000s. So I'm almost sure this is one that was on Scott's H build from full H on up to when he went H to B, and then swapped it out and gave this one to Chrissy for this project. Nothing wrong with the flywheel, truly. Definitely, there's plenty of life still left. We can machine it. It's got a machinable ring on there for the mating surface, the friction surface, but where the flywheel bolts to the crank, that flange on the aluminum, it's all kind of wallowed and cratered, like the aluminum kind of squeezed out from around the bolt heads. And probably a non-issue, but I wasn't too comfortable having, done so much else with this motor to put that back in to maybe be a potential failure point. So reached out to another shop locally and got us a competition clutch, ultralight chrome moly flywheel. I believe everything on the scale said it was about 9 pounds. So I haven't put it up against the aluminum to see if it's more or less. But I can pick this thing up with my pinky with one of the bores that are milled into this thing. So pretty light. We're going to rock that with the Excetti Stage 2 clutch that has already been in the car. Plenty of life left on it. It's one of the triangular shaped Excettis. Stage 2, it's the thick version. No hot spots or any weird wear, galling, or anything like that. So we're going to run that again so we don't have to worry about breaking on that. I have a lot of experience with that clutch. I had it in my Integra on my H2B DA, and really enjoyed that. The pressure, the pedal pressure, and the engagement was great for what I like. So stick with what I know. Hopefully next video, maybe even attached to this video, will be the cylinder head going back on. Just the bare cylinder head right now, as far as no rockers, no camshaft, nothing yet. Got to torque that down. It's got a new head gasket from Cometic that's sized up. Probably copper coat that. I know some people are, ooh, copper coat. I like it. I've always done it, always will. Always had great success with it. So that'll go on. Head will get torqued down. Brand new ARP head studs. So we'll lube those up, torque them down, get that all nice and snug. And then I get to play jigsaw with the cylinder head. I'm really good at taking things apart fast, putting them back together. Need the instructions sometimes. I haven't done enough of these to be able to do it off the top of my head. So the intake rockers have individual rocker shafts between them. So making sure that they're clocked and arranged in the right order. Just want to take my time on it, be safe. Again, I don't want to get this close to being finished and have something catastrophic happen from moving too fast or something overlooked. So yeah, the rocker shafts, those all went to the hot tank as well. They came out really nice and clean. Probably give them one more little scuff and polish and on the pad surface just to make sure everything's nice and clean. After that, the transmission's going to get cracked open, gear set's going to come out and inspect, just to make sure there was no damage to the dog engagement faces. Make sure that all the gears are 100%, and probably take the case back to the hot tank and get cleaned up, just because it is ugly. Probably didn't mention this on this go around. Did buy a new aftermarket oil pan. The price was right, and I was willing to take a chance on the quality. Got it in, and was actually very impressed. It's a very nice thick gauge steel. The flange is bent properly. I actually compared it to the original factory pan, and you couldn't tell the difference. There's some stamping differences where they bend the flange on the outside to just mark it for identification. But other than that, the aftermarket pan actually feels slightly thicker when you're knocking on it. And the reason we did that is the original oil pan was cut and modified for clearance of the header that was custom built by Tim at TCR. He did that, I believe, to raise up the collector a little bit to give us more ground clearance. I'm not so worried about the ground clearance at this point. I don't think I'll be running low enough to really have to worry about smashing that. So we're going to modify the header to clear the oil pan unmodified, and then go from there with maybe a new header design. That's always kind of been on the back of my mind, and a future plan for once the car's up and running again, to see maybe we can free up some more power there too as well. That being said, talked to Robert from Hush Performance. We're picking up a S2000 clutch master cylinder adapter, so we can run the S2000 master on the Civic and not have to worry about messing with the push rod clearances or any of that. He sells those through his online store. I'm pretty sure it's just hushperformance.com. If I'm wrong, see down below, and I'll put the link down there as well. Your brake booster delete plates, your master cylinder plates, and miscellaneous brake lines. I believe he's back to doing some pretty cool brake tucks, as we've seen in one of the earlier videos as well. Again, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. I don't know how to do those cards yet, but sooner or later we're going to have that link clickable up there. So yeah, we're going to get that in the mail hopefully sometime this week, so we can start getting the chassis button back up. We're starting to get into really beautiful weather right now. I got a feeling we're going to get cold one more time before we get into real spring. But I mean, I believe it was in the mid-70s today. If not, it was in the mid-70s earlier this week. So the opportunity to get out there in the sunlight is now. So between putting the motor together, getting the transmission opened up and double checked, we're going to be out there kind of wrenching on the car, on the chassis a little bit. Still have suspension to sort out as far as coilovers. Excuse me. We do have a traction bar that was donated from a previous life. that is missing some hardware that we've got to figure out to get back on there, but that'll go on. The car never had a traction motor. Don't know how effective they really are. A lot of people had luck with them, so we're gonna run it and see how we do. And worst case scenario, we take the torsion rods out of it and try it again. You know, part of this sport is about testing what works and what doesn't, and adjust and adapt and adjust and adapt and note and adjust. And I'm a big fan of taking notes. So any little adjustment should be documented so you can reverse it if you need to, so you can increment from there. I'm really drawing a blank on anything else. What I want to do soon is to do a live video session here on YouTube, whether it's a face-to-face kind of like this with some question answers, or maybe even do an over-the-shoulder point of view while we're working on the motor or the car or anything like that, and see how that goes. So if that's something you guys would be interested in, or if you have any ideas, leave a comment down below. I'm going to do that YouTube content creator thing, and say, hey, smash that like button down there. It definitely helps. I've got a website that allows me to track all my video activity, views, minutes watched, stuff like that. Stick around for the whole video, guys. Yeah, a lot of you guys are shortchanging yourselves because I give more information at the end than I do at the beginning. But yeah, so smash that like button. Make sure to comment down below what, even if you just come by, if it's your first time, say, hey, first time here, liked it, didn't like it, you think I might smell bad, I don't know, I don't care from the smells, but, leave a comment down below how much power we're gonna make with this thing once everything's back together. We were at 298 wheel horsepower prior to the rebirth, so I'm hoping to get back to that point. We're going to put it on some real fuel, narrowing it down. That one's going to stay a little close to the vest until we know what's going on. I know people don't like secrets. It's not a secret. I don't know yet. Subscribe. There's about 80% of my views are coming from people who aren't subscribed. I don't know how you stumbled across my poor, pitiful channel, but since you did, subscribe, guys. It doesn't cost a thing. You're not committed to watch my videos when they come out, although that would be great. And if you do want to see my videos when they come out, hit the notification bell. I'm so random and sporadic with these. I know some people say, hey, I haven't seen anything in months. Hit that bell. It'll let you know as soon as I do another video. And again, I'm going to try to do them more often, but we know how that goes. So, like, subscribe, comment, share this video with your friends. Share all my old videos with your friends, because I know there's information in each one of those videos that isn't in any of the others, that all comes together and completes that puzzle. I know it sounds silly, but that's just how my brain works. So when you see everything from beginning to end, it all starts to make sense. If you only see a little bit here and a little bit there, you're going to know I'm crazy. So my crazy makes sense down the road. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. This is Tilted Shamrock, out.